Have you ever wanted to hear a 16-year-old rant about the public transportation system for about 5 to 10 minutes? Cause you're about to. Staten Island's a different country. We don't count that. That's not part of New York. The E train, by far, the person in front of me just stops walking. Excuse me? But I'm just gonna sum that part up of this with one thing. Trains are always delayed. They never work. Ever. Here's another thing. My mom does not like taking the trains anymore because she gets a bit panicky on the trains. And since they never work, it's not gonna be good for her. So we were going to the Women's March the other weekend, and we were on the train. Few stops, it was a bit slow. Finally got to the stop. You know what it did? Sat in the station. You would think it was our stop too. We were about to get off. You know what it did? It just kept the doors closed. All of the doors closed for 10 minutes. I'm sorry, what? Here is one of the worst things about the train. There's always a problem. And you know what? They're so considerate. They'll always tell you about it. Except you never understand what you're saying. Because when they like to speak in that little announcement thing in the train car, they'll be saying, I'm sorry, there are delays because train traffic or a sick passenger. But it'll come out. That's all you'll hear. And you won't understand one word. So I never found out why those train doors were just sitting closed for 10 minutes when we were in the station. So, next part of the story, sick passengers. The second biggest cause for train delays, or you know what, maybe it's an excuse, who knows. How sick do you have to be to get a train to stop and be delayed? Because if you're that sick, they're not going to stop the train. They're going to make it go faster to get you out. And then after they let you off, they're not going to stop the train then to make sure you're okay. They're going to keep it going. So how does a sick passenger make the train stop and keep all the other trains backed up? Is it just me that doesn't understand? I don't understand. But anyway, how sick do you have to be for that to happen? Because it happens so often. I just want to know, do we not have doctors in the city? Like, if you're that sick, take a cab to the doctor. Get the doctor to come to your house. I don't know. Don't take the train. Because guess what? The train's always delayed whether you're on it or not, and you're not getting to the doctor anytime soon, so you're probably going to die on the train. I'm just saying. I was really sick one time on the train. I was so sick, like, every time I stood, I felt like I was gonna throw up, and I was, like, holding on to the pole, leaning down like this, wanting to die, and I stuck it up. I wasn't gonna stop the train, because I wanted to get home. So who are these people that are keeping up the trains because they're sick? Like, if someone gets injured on the train, I still don't know why they're gonna stop the train, but fine. But if you have the flu, like this flu, the one that's killing people, yeah, if you have something like that, why are you getting on the train? Out of all trains, the MTA. You're not getting helped if that's what you're deciding to do. I'm sorry. Don't do that. You want to know? Here's something else I saw while waiting for, guess what, the E train. I was standing on the platform at Court Square, and I was on the side that was going to Queen. On the side that was going to Brooklyn, Manhattan, yeah, there were these two men arguing, and they were, like, really getting into it. And I'm very nosy, so I was just watching the argument. I was like, oh, he said what? Oh my God, oh my God. Out of nowhere. One of the guys, I don't know why I'm laughing at this, it was so bad. One of the guys just gets the other guy's head, this is the wall, just, ow, that hurt. He just slams his head into the wall and walks away. He just walks away. And I'm like, oh. what just happened? And this guy, he just slumps to the ground and he's unconscious. And I look at the wall and there's blood on the wall and everyone's like freaking out. They're all like calling the police. And I'm like, oh my God, I know the train's not coming, so I get to sit here and wait and see what happens. The one time the train wants to come, there's something interesting going on. So I'm like, oh, fine. Never know what happened to that guy. I hope he's okay. And I hope the other guy got in trouble for assault or something. It's New York. Homelessness is a problem. We got a lot of homeless people. They basically live in the train stations and on the trains. But, you know, New York isn't that clean. Then on top of that, they're not that clean. So once you get on a train car with a homeless person, it's just, it smells so bad. It smells so bad. Like, get rotting milk, rotten eggs, spoiled cat food, mix them all together, eat it, throw it up, flush it down the toilet, somehow get it back out of the toilet, then put it in the hot sun for 12 more days. That's about a fraction of what it smells like sometimes. I'm just gonna clump them all these people into one category. Homeless people, crazy people, pervs. I'm 16. I'm a girl. There are lots of pervs. But I don't want to talk, because, like, I tend to ignore them. I'm spending a lot of time on my phone trying to watch what I have downloaded on Netflix, so I'm not paying attention. It's the other woman that's paying attention for me. I was standing on a train, and I was getting off at the next stop, and then this woman, she got up, and she tugged my shoulder, and she whispered in my ear, "Hey, come sit in my seat. There's a guy just staring at your butt." And I'm like, oh, this is my stop. I don't... I was very uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable. So I was like, this is my stop. I gotta go. Just gotta go. There was another time when I was... Oh, I was going to someone's house. There's a fuzzy in front of me. I was going to someone's... house, and I was on the train with my water from Starbucks, because who's gonna pay $1 for water when you could just get it at Starbucks for free? Because I only drink water and I hate coffee. There was this guy. He came up to me. He was like, "What's your name?" Now, I'm not gonna tell this guy my name. He was like in his late 20s probably. And you know what? Maybe I do look older than I actually am, but I'm 16. I also have social anxiety. I'm not gonna talk to you. I get very quiet. I was just like, so he came out to me, he's like, "What's your name?" Pulled out the fake name out my hat. I was like, Rosalina. Then he was like, "Hey, so you're not gonna share any of your water with me?" I was like, no. I didn't say that. I was just like, no. But in my head, I'm like, who do you think? This is my water. So, yeah. Then he was like, "I'll give you some of my juice for my water." I was like, I only drink water. He was like, "Wow, you're healthy." I was like, where on this fat body does it look like healthy? Then he wanted to say, "So you're really not gonna share your water?" I was like, no. Like I said no the first time. I'm not sharing my water. I wanted my water. It was my water. Then, what happened? Oh my God. Then it came to his stop. And then he was like about to get off the train. He just looked at me. He's like, "So you're not gonna tell me your number?" I was like, I don't have a phone. What's even worse is I was holding my phone in my hand, my headphones were in, and I was just like scrolling down Facebook, and I was like, I don't have a phone. And he just looked at me. Then he was like, word. And I was like, the door's about to close, so gotta bye. And I'm just looking at what my friend said. She said this guy got on the C train with her and tried touching her. Touching her where? Okay, so one guy tried touching her. Then when she was in 7th grade, she was reading a book. And this guy pulled it out. And then he just let loose on the floor. Oh my god. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever read in my whole life. Yeah, so that's Pervs. Let's talk about crazy people. There was one story I just passed. Okay, so my friend said there was some lady on the 4 train who went between the cars to pee. Then she started furiously rubbing her... She just started rubbing it and smearing it on the door handle. Oh my god. How do I even live here? Oh god. E-train story. He said the first time he rode the E-train, he stepped into the car and this fat old guy was wearing a mesh shirt and he was fondling his nipples. My mom told me about this. She said there was this girl sitting on her boyfriend's lap. And she's like, they were just sitting on their lap like, couples do. God, I hate couples. They're just so happy all the time. Like, who gave you the permission to be happy all the time? And then did your friend... Okay, anyway. So she said that they were sitting on her lap. Then she started noticing them making sounds. Then she realized they were on the train, taking it from PG-13 to rated R. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. My friend Eileen's talking about, wow, there was a empty car. Then there was one seat, like a 2-seater. It was just one. It was poop all over the seat. Just all over the seat. That was interesting. What else do we have? Last year, wow. I don't even know if they were running or not, but there was something really wrong with the E and the F trains, like really wrong. So I had to take it to the 7 train, and then it wasn't even the E and the F train. There was like half of the trains were not working, like half of the trains, period, weren't working. Like, if you looked at everyone's Snapchat story that day, everyone's like, I'm going home, getting to school, 12th period, like they're gonna be late. So I took the E or the F to the 7 train, and the 7 train was working, but since no other train was working, it was so crowded on that platform. And I saw my friend Paul, and we took way too long. We got to the G train like almost 2 hours after we started to get to our train station. Then last year I started school first period at 8 in the morning. I got to school that day around 4th period, which is 2 hours after I start. Yes. So that was that. Let's see, more stories. Showtime. There are these guys who like to dance on the poles, not in a weird way. Like to do flips and hat tricks with their feet, kicking it back up to the hat. They like to spin around, their feet go everywhere. And they've practiced, I guess, because they never hit anyone. But it's just so annoying when you're just listening to your music or watching or reading or doing something. Then you hear, showtime! And you're just like, oh my god, not again. And it's like, you'll feel bad because maybe they're good. So it's like maybe you want to give them money, but maybe you want to save your money, or maybe you're broke and you feel bad. It's just, Showtime is just so, God. And it's the same thing. They all do the same thing. So after like 9 years of seeing it, I'm just tired. I'm just tired, honestly, all the time. Crazy. There's this guy in a Speedo who ran in my friend's train, and it was delayed with the doors open. He just ran in Speedo. Who's ready to have relations? Like at the top of his lungs, in a Speedo, screaming, "Who's ready to have relations?" But he didn't say have relations, but I am not trying to curse that much on this channel. So, sometimes when the trains are backed up, they like to skip stops. Here's the thing. They'll skip stops that half of the car will get off at. And they won't even tell you. So it's like, so many people get off at like Lexington Avenue, say. Out of nowhere, I look out the window, Lexington Avenue is gone, and I'm like, everyone's so confused. They're like, hey, we're skipping Lexington Avenue. I was like, couldn't tell me that last stop, so I could have gotten off and gotten on a train to go to my stop. Because now I don't even know how far you're gonna go, how many stops you're gonna skip. Told me way too late. So yeah, trains, terrible. I hate them. I want to hear the people's stories. On the 5 train, some homeless woman started pulling down her pants and started peeing. You know, sometimes these people think that the trains are a bathroom. It's not fun. There is this one guy, and I don't know if he was drunk or something, but he was trying to draw. He was trying to make art with his pee. Like, I could tell. Because he pointed at a bunch of lines. He's like, that's the Mona Lisa. And I was like, that looks more like a demented snowman, but sure, live your dreams. And you know what he did after that? Because I think someone heard me. Then they told their friend what I said. Because I was mumbling it under my breath. Because I'm very sarcastic and I like mumble things under my breath. And I think they repeated what I said, and he was right next to them. So I think he started thinking, oh, it does look like a snowman. So he started making snow angels in his pee. Yeah. So, but I just want you to know, I have so many stories about the MTA. I could talk about this for days. Oh my God. So basically, the main takeaway from this video, these videos, is it's terrible. It's always delayed. One day it runs on time. No one wants to work with you. The people who take it act like they have nowhere to be. Too many homeless people, too many crazy people, too many people that think it's a bathroom. Honestly, we should all just walk. Maybe we'll stop obesity one state at a time. We'll be the first state to do it. So, yeah, that's all.